What's up, everybody? Circus here, coming at you with a ban list review. Now, this isn't like a ban list video. We're gonna sit and look at the ban list and decide, was it a good one? Was it enough? What do you think,
Was
Herc?
it enough though? I
Yeah.
don't think so personally.
Why not? Why not? Just overall, why
I
not?
I just think that they were not harsh enough,
Oh, you think
right?
that they should have went all in on blue? I know you don't like blue eyes, so you definitely wanted blue eyes
So
out of here, right? And so
if
let's go over
you,
the nerf real quick. It's what
okay,
Azure and Melody to one, right?
yep,
That's the big
yeah, which
nerf.
effectively does nothing.
It gets rid of Melody basically out of the
Yeah,
deck.
so it makes the deck slightly slower.
Mm-hmm.
Or honestly, okay, so you have two options, and I think it'll be somewhat meta dependent. So you could either play Melody and just play a
Mm-hmm.
lot faster, right? So that's an extremely fast card that generates a lot of card advantage. So if you don't need Azure's effect, so Azure is protection from destruction and targeting. So if
Mm-hmm.
those things aren't really relevant in the meta, then you don't have to play Azure, you just play Melody instead.
Right.
And so, because those things are in the meta right now, you just drop Melody and then you put in Azure, and yeah, you just put in another Ancient Rules or something, and you're easy peasy. You could even play the other egg, the White Stone of the Legends or something.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
not the good egg, it's the bad egg that adds
Right.
another
Right.
blue eyes to hand. So I mean, it's literally I just feel like they didn't really do anything.
What we're seeing in early tournament results are people just are throwing in like a karma cut instead. They're just throwing
Yeah,
back
you,
row. Yeah.
you literally just put in like one card instead of that, and it's fine.
I think they did this just because this way they can be like, hey, we did something, right? And oh,
All I'm saying,
by the way, the structure duck is still selling, so there's no way we're gonna nerf this for a while yet until we see the graph start to go back down on structure deck sales.
all I'm saying is when I said Sage and Stone Tattoo, you guys were like, wow, Herf, that is way too harsh. They're going to do all of these other things instead, and it's going to be much better. Well, look at what they did.
Essentially nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So I hope you're happy with your decision.
It slightly slows down the deck, but not enough to scare people away from buying the structure deck. And that's what they want.
But like it doesn't even like slow them down in like a meaningful way. Like you can still do a lot of the same things. So like Ancient Rules is still like just as good. I mean, like if they put Ancient Rules to one as well, maybe I could see this being somewhat a better ban list. But Ancient Rules, you just summon one. You just run your cards of consonants, get all your draw power, and then you just drop them on the field, and then you make your shit, and then it's just
Right.
it's not really changed.
All right. Storm is in here and cybernetic fusion support. These are
Yeah,
kind of
so
hitting the bulk
Cyber
deck, right?
Dragons are kind of dead.
You think
Yeah.
they're dead? We saw them a little bit. As long as they can just open core, they're fine, right?
Just open core, dude. You got like
I,
a what, like a 40% chance going second?
yeah, why not, man? Why not?
I think that maybe you could play like one fusion support, one overflow, maybe. I don't know. It just doesn't
Yeah,
really seem
it's
that good
tough,
yet.
man. It's tough. I don't think people are going to give up on this one, though. And the
Or maybe
storm,
not.
why the storm? Because they kept hitting the abyss scorn or whatever.
Well, okay, so you can. Well, it would actually, you could hit the overflow and then chain overflow to it, so you get the pops and the search,
Right. Okay.
as well as it's on a lot of other decks as well, such as like Evil Eye. So
Hmm.
Storm used to be played in Evil Eye, since you'd get just destroy your equip spells and then get them back for free.
Right.
So non-targeting destruction is just really really good. I like how they hit Storm to one, but Hatronade isn't on here.
Right.
Hatronade is literally just a better Storm,
Right.
and they were just like, nah, Storm way too overpowered, but Hatronade is at a healthy spot.
Well, it is. It's in a good spot, and the reason right here, right? Gaga sister, and then they hit a skill too. So is this enough
Just
to
ban Trunade, dude. That's what I asked for.
right? But now, either automats have to play 1-1, but more than likely they're just gonna do two sister. Is this good enough with the skill nerf? You think to put automats in their place? Is this a good enough ban list to keep them from just being a gross OTK deck?
I think Omnimats will be they will have to slow down considerably, right? Because Sister is so good,
Mm-hmm.
right? And Trunade is so disgusting. But the problem is that like if they do get disrupted, a lot of times their turn is just over, as well as you're no longer able to search. Because essentially, the reason that the skill was so good is you could search your play for this turn and your play for next turn at the
Right.
same time, right? So
You can still kind of do that though.
yeah, but you have to do it at 2 different times,
Right.
and you can't return the same card. So a lot of times you would have, like, I don't know, it'd be, for example, if you went second and you had like True Nade, uh, Offerings, Sister, Head, play. You know what I mean? You had like three, uh, Gaga cards, but you only wanted one thing to be different, so you'd have to return one and have one
Right.
come back. Like it was just really weird. And I guess now they got rid of that problem because you can just do one at a time.
Right.
But I
Uh,
don't know. It's just not as good.
all right. So Onomat's put in check a little bit. Dark Lords. I mean, is
Dead.
this enough? You know how Dark Lords get they always find a way to adapt. We saw him in battle phase today. There was a guy playing pretty much just straight Dark Lords, pure Dark Lords, no eggshell.
I think that if the Dark Lord engine will continue, it'll be just basically pure draw power, and
Right.
that'll be it, right? So I don't think really Sanctified. I no Ixchel is just very very hard to see. Like I guess I mean I could see it, but it's just Ixchel is so good that it's.
Right.
And then the stick chair nerf as well, chair being hit to 2. That's pretty harsh,
Yeah.
honestly. Because even right now, the probability of getting stick chair combos like 38% or something. So now this will drop like probably below 30%. I don't know. I'd have to run the numbers again, but
It's the only way to keep the Dark Lord players out of there. And then
absolutely insane.
the Lunalights. What do you think? You were saying this was
I don't.
unnecessary.
It was. They didn't do anything.
Yeah.
They did not hurt anybody.
I think
They
they
were.
didn't want it to turn into like a gross OTK deck on the ladder is what it is, right?
I guess I mean the reasoning on the ban list is that because of the further support that they're planning. So obviously people have been talking about Lunar Lights with Tenki, but really like Tenki doesn't do anything that the deck doesn't already do.
Right. It already draws. I mean, I guess you get to search, but like Emerald Bird and Lunalight Martin, I mean those kind of do the same thing, right?
Yeah, but the thing is that like the deck wasn't bad because it was inconsistent,
Right.
right? The deck was bad because what it did do wasn't good enough.
True.
All right. So, like being able to search Martin is good. Being able to do all this kind of stuff is good, but it's not. It doesn't fix the deck's problems, right? If the deck's problems were consistency, then yeah. And now the deck's problem is consistency, so now you'll have to play Tenki if you want to play Lunalight. So really, it seems like it's more of a cash grab than anything.
Right. All right, so let's
So
look at the ban list as a whole. What were the problems going into it? Blue Eyes and Dark Lords, basically, right? I mean, and then
yeah,
Automats could be very sacky.
yeah. I think Onomats needed to be addressed, but then Dark Lords and Blue Eyes were the main things needed.
So
Needed,
Automats,
yeah.
did we do what we needed to do? I think so.
I think
Get rid
so.
of Hey Trunate,
Yeah,
right? That
I'm happy with the Onomat nerf.
yeah, okay. And then so Dark Lords, they're essentially done, right? For now, until they find a way to come
Yeah.
back. And then so Blue Eyes, not enough.
I especially without a skill nerf as well. Like they did not have their skill touched at all.
All right, so
That's stupid.
there's three things they had to address. They addressed two of them. So I mean, overall, this is a good ban list. I mean,
Okay, but if you have two things that you need to do, and you do one thing you need to do and one thing that you should probably do, that doesn't change the fact that you didn't do something that you needed to do.
right? I guess it's more like the Blue Eyes nerf was like 80% of what needed to be done, and then the other two were like 15 and 5 or something like
Yeah,
that,
so
right?
like yeah, so it's like Blue Eyes is 40%, Dark Lords is 40%, and then
Right,
everything else is like 20%. And
right,
Omnimaps are probably like 10% of that.
right.
So they missed 40%.
But that's still above 50.
So you got a D.
They got
Okay, we'll give
60% of it
yeah,
done. They got
we'll give it a
60%.
D. Okay, we'll give it a D.
Now I think it's slightly above average. Everybody wanted Blue Eyes to get out of here, but I mean,
That's what I tell myself too, if you know what I mean.
wow. Anyways, I think this was good enough for now. I mean, there's going to be a dominant deck. They want it to be Blue Eyes. They want to sell the structure deck. So
I guess.
we got one thing on our wish list, right? You go into negotiations, you want 3 things, right? You walked out of there with 2. It's like
not good enough.
All right, we got Hatronade out of Automats. We got Dark Lords out of the game. We didn't get Blue Eyes. We continue the fight for next time, right?
I guess. That's a very noble way of looking at it.
Power to the people.
I commend you for that.
Negotiations were good, but we didn't get everything we wanted, all right?
Trade offer. You give me money, and I give you whatever I want.
We'll get the
whenever I feel like it.
We'll get the dental plan next time, I promise, okay?
And also, Destiny draws remained untouched. Again,
Well, that was never on the table.
Yet another ban list. Destiny draw escapes.
That was never on the table, let's be honest.
It should have been. What?
No.
Oh my.
We could have put that on the table just to easily concede it. You know what I mean? Like, and Destiny draw. No, okay, we'll give that up first. You know.
No, Destiny draw needs a nerf.
I'm just saying. I think we came out of negotiations in a favorable position.
I don't know. The more I think about it, the less I agree with you.
I still think this is good enough for now. Blue Eyes will be hit again whenever the next ban list comes out, probably around Worlds time, right? Or after?
Yeah.
Maybe
probably I don't know, maybe June.
Yeah, so maybe it'll be hit a little bit more then. But until then, I think we're just dealing with the Blue Eyes meta, then hopefully these other decks can compete. But overall, I think it's slightly favorable. I'm not saying it's a great ban list, but slightly favorable.
Okay, sure.
What do you think?
No.
No. All right. Wow. Anyways, we're gonna get out of here, but you should get in our Discord because it's free. The I keep saying new tournaments. The new player help is free and the tournaments are free. So all right. I'm just bamboozled right now. I'm in shock from this ban.
Absolutely flabbergasted.
How slightly favorable this ban list was. All right.
Hey, that's the best you can ask for sometimes.
Slightly favorable. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. I'm Circus. That's Herf.
See ya.
We'll see you next time.